Hey, welcome to Manila Updates TV. Please subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The world watched in shock, eyes glued to screens as breaking news alerts flashed across continents. In a moment that would reverberate far beyond the region, a Chinese Coast Guard vessel rammed a Philippine supply ship near the contested Second Thomas Shoal, igniting a crisis in the South China Sea. The incident, captured in dramatic footage, was more than just another maritime dispute. It was a direct, aggressive act that sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles worldwide. Water cannons battered a small wooden boat carrying essential supplies to Filipino soldiers stationed on a remote outpost, turning what should have been a routine resupply mission into a global flashpoint and a symbol of rising tensions. The images told a story of David versus Goliath, of might against right, as a tiny vessel faced down a massive warship in treacherous waters. Suddenly, abstract policy, debates about sovereignty and maritime law became painfully real, with the lives of sailors and the fate of a nation hanging in the balance. The Philippine government swiftly condemned the attack, calling it a blatant violation of international law and a threat to regional stability. But in the face of such overwhelming force, words alone felt inadequate, leaving officials and citizens alike searching for answers and reassurance. Around the globe, people ask the same urgent questions. What happens next? Who will stand with the Philippines in this moment of crisis? In Europe, leaders in Berlin and Paris watch the footage with growing concern, recognizing a familiar and troubling pattern, an escalation that threatened not just regional peace, but the very foundations of global trade and security. The South China Sea is not just a regional flashpoint, it's a vital artery for the world economy, with trillions of dollars in trade passing through its waters every year. European nations and their allies realize that freedom of navigation anywhere is essential everywhere, and that a threat in one corner of the world can ripple across oceans. This single headline became a catalyst, forcing a strategic reassessment far beyond Asia, as governments scrambled to respond to a rapidly changing security landscape. The question shifted from if to how other nations should get involved and what form that involvement should take: diplomatic, economic, or even military. The incident was a call to action, linking the fate of a contested reef to the security and prosperity of distant nations, and reminding the world that peace is a shared responsibility. Passive observation was no longer an option. The time for decisive action and international cooperation had arrived. The need for active partnership was urgent and clear, as nations began forging new alliances and preparing for joint responses. The world's response to this crisis would set the tone for the future of international order, shaping how nations confront aggression and defend shared values. The stakes had never been higher, and the world was watching to see what would happen next. Germany, France, and the Philippines, three nations, separated by continents and cultures, now find themselves united by necessity and a shared sense of urgency. Once, their paths rarely crossed on the world stage, but today, global events have drawn them closer than ever before. All three are vibrant democracies, maritime states with long coastlines, and their economies are deeply intertwined with global trade. Their prosperity depends on open sea lanes and stable international markets, making them especially sensitive to disruptions far from their own shores. China's growing assertiveness in the South China Sea has become a common threat, pushing these distant partners together. The specter of confrontation and instability in these waters is no longer a distant concern. It is a direct challenge to their interests. For Germany and France, the Indo-Pacific is now a core security priority, not just a distant region. Their navies are increasingly present, signaling a commitment to upholding international law and supporting their partners. Disruptions in the South China Sea would ripple through European economies, threatening supply chains, raising costs, and unsettling markets from Berlin to Paris. The stakes are high for everyone involved. This realization has led to concrete action, naval deployments, joint military exercises, and the signing of new security partnerships. These steps are more than symbolic. They represent a growing resolve to act together. The Philippines, under President Marcos Jr., is actively building a coalition that extends beyond its traditional U.S. alliance, seeking new partners and broader support in the face of mounting pressure. Welcoming Germany and France signals Manila's refusal to be isolated or intimidated. It is a clear message that the Philippines is open to new alliances and determined to stand strong with like-minded nations. This emerging partnership is a sign of a changing world, where security is global and alliances are redrawn to meet new and complex challenges. The old boundaries are fading as nations adapt to a shifting landscape. The stakes are shared, and so is the resolve. Together, these countries are sending a powerful signal of unity and determination. United by common interests and a vision for peace, they are forging a new front for stability, one that reaches across continents and oceans, shaping the future of international cooperation. China's sweeping claim to the South China Sea, marked by the controversial Nine-Dash Line, has become one of the most contentious issues in modern geopolitics. This claim overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of several neighboring countries, including Vietnam, the Philippines, and Malaysia, creating ongoing disputes and diplomatic tensions. Despite a 2016 international tribunal ruling that rejected its claims, Beijing has doubled down, rapidly building artificial islands and transforming them into heavily fortified military outposts. These outposts now serve as unsinkable bases, allowing China to project power deep into Southeast Asia and maintain a constant military presence in disputed waters. China's Coast Guard and maritime militia frequently use harassment and intimidation tactics to enforce its sweeping claims, operating just below the threshold of open conflict. Filipino fishermen are blocked from traditional fishing grounds, oil exploration is disrupted, and supply ships are attacked or turned away, escalating tensions and creating dangerous encounters at sea. This persistent gray zone aggression is designed to wear down resistance, gradually establishing control over the region without triggering a full-scale war. The South China Sea is a vital global trade artery. Over a third of all maritime shipping passes through these waters, carrying trillions of dollars in goods each year. China's actions threaten not just the sovereignty of its neighbors, but also the principle of freedom of navigation that underpins global commerce and security. That's why Europe, along with other international actors, is watching closely and taking action to uphold international law and maritime security. The partnership is moving from words to action. France has sent naval vessels for joint patrols with the Philippine Navy, building trust and interoperability. Germany is increasing its presence, pledging more ships and planning joint Air Force exercises. The sight of European and Philippine forces training together sends a clear message. Manila is not alone. Defense agreements are deepening. France is negotiating submarine sales, while Germany offers training and expertise in surveillance and cybersecurity. These efforts modernize the Philippine military and strengthen deterrence. The goal: raise the cost of aggression and show that the international community stands ready to defend the rules-based order. This is not about provoking conflict, but preventing it. Every joint exercise and agreement adds to a credible deterrent. Stability is the objective, through unity and strength. The alliance is an investment in peace. The war in Ukraine has reshaped European thinking about security. Leaders see parallels between Russia's invasion and China's tactics in Asia, big powers using force to challenge smaller democracies. The lesson: economic ties alone don't guarantee peace, and early resolve is essential to deter aggression. Europe now believes that standing firm in the Indo-Pacific is crucial to prevent future conflicts. The mantra, Euro-Atlantic and Indo-Pacific security are indivisible. A united front in Asia strengthens the global norm against aggression. The Philippines, watching Ukraine, knows that credible defense and strong alliances are vital. International support can help smaller nations resist larger adversaries. Manila is following this blueprint, building partnerships and preparing for any challenge. The stakes are global and the lessons are clear. Solidarity is the best defense. This partnership isn't just about security, it's about shared prosperity. The Philippines' military modernization opens doors for European defense companies, especially France's submarine deal and German tech for surveillance and cybersecurity. These deals create long-term ties, training, maintenance, and technology transfer. For Germany, it's a new market. For the Philippines, it's a leap in capability. As global supply chains shift, Southeast Asia and the Philippines become more attractive for European investment. Stability and security make the Philippines a reliable economic partner. Trade, investment, and industrial cooperation deepen the alliance. Economic and security interests are now intertwined, making the partnership more resilient. Together they build prosperity and security for all. The Philippines is diversifying its alliances, moving beyond reliance on the US. The goal: a multi-layered security network with partners like France, Germany, Japan, and Australia. This strategy gives Manila more options and greater autonomy. President Marcos Jr. champions a rules-based order with many stakeholders, raising the cost of disruption for any aggressor. Europe's Indo-Pacific pivot aligns perfectly with Manila's approach. France and Germany offer economic and military strength without the baggage of great power rivalry. This makes them attractive partners for the Philippines and the region. The synergy is powerful. Manila gains advanced partners, Europe gains a foothold in Asia. The result is a stronger, more resilient Philippines. Diversification is smart statecraft, security through a robust network of friends. Manila is now a more influential player in the region. There's a sense of urgency. This is a pivotal moment. The world faces a choice: spheres of influence or a recommitment to international law. China's rapid military buildup is a ticking clock. The window to deter conflict is closing. Integrated deterrence, combining diplomatic, military, and economic tools, is the new strategy. Proactive engagement and clear red lines are essential. The trilateral partnership is deepening fast joint patrols, defense deals, and high-level visits. Every action adds to the deterrent wall. It's a race to make aggression too costly to consider. The test: can democracies unite across continents to face a common threat? The outcome will echo far beyond the South China Sea. The world is watching, and the stakes are immense. The Germany-France-Philippines partnership is a blueprint for a new kind of global security. It's flexible, based on networks, not rigid blocks. Security challenges are global, not regional. This model brings together established and rising powers to uphold a rules-based order, and Germany and France are stepping up as global stakeholders. The Philippines is shaping its own security environment. If successful, this approach could inspire similar alliances worldwide. It's a move toward distributed, cooperative governance, built on shared values. Strength now means strong partnerships and shared commitment to international law. In an era of rising tensions, unity and diplomacy remain the best hope for peace.